This is the story of a few hours in the life of Bill Smith, a car owner. It's not an anti-drink story, but it is a story which shows you definitely should not mix drinking with driving. The story began half an hour or so ago when Smith dropped into the hotel for a drink and met some friends.
Here he is. Smithy, his friends call him. As nice a fellow as you could meet. He's a good citizen, amiable, considerate, and popular. It's a pleasant social occasion, but soon Smithy is going to take charge of a powerful motor car. A car that can be a lethal weapon in the wrong hands. Now, is Smith fit to take it on our streets and highways? Well, he looks all right. He's certainly not drunk. A broken glass, a simple accident and no real damage done. Could have happened to anyone. Or could it?
At this point, let me introduce some medical and scientific facts. This is a plaster model of the human brain. For the purpose of simplicity, the brain can be considered to consist of 3 parts. Very little alcohol is needed to affect this part, which controls intelligence, personality, and restraint. When we first saw Smith, or possibly earlier, this part of his brain was already affected. He was relaxed and happy. He was still quite capable of driving a car safely. More alcohol begins to affect this part of the brain, which controls coordination of movement. The drinker is a long way from being drunk, but he is now likely to make mistakes in judging distance and time. He will not react so quickly, concentration slackens, his vision is affected. When this last section of the brain is affected, the drinker becomes unsteady, his speech is slurred, his breathing heavy, his eyes are bloodshot. He's just plain drunk. The danger when this middle section is affected is that the drinker is still confident he has full control of his senses. Smithy was approaching this stage when we left him.
Time has moved on and Smith is getting ready to leave. He's staying out of this round. That shows some sense anyway. Well, that could happen to anyone, just one of those things. But it's the second time Smithy has tripped up this afternoon. Let's hope it's the last. But if Smith's judgment has failed him twice in the relaxed atmosphere of a beer garden, what is going to happen when he gets into his car? What is going to happen to the other road users? In today's dense and complex traffic, a man unable to use all the skill he possesses has no right to be at the wheel of a motor car. Now, what about Smith? Well, he's certainly not drunk, but drivers who have been drinking are a menace long before they are drunk. A driver whose coordination is affected by drink is slower at sorting things out. His brain may be too sluggish for him to avoid an accident. May even send the wrong message to the foot. Accelerator instead of brake. He doesn't seem to be doing too badly. He's keeping to the left, he's keeping his mind on the job. The fact is that Smith has driven home many times after having a drink or two. His years of driving experience have taught him to be extra cautious after drinking, but that itself is an admission of lack of full control, so he should not be driving. That was too close, Smith. Other people expect you to be wide awake. That was better, Smith. Nicely and properly done. Smith is no fool. By training and temperament, he's a good driver. Driving has become second nature with him after years on the road. Besides, he has the pattern of the traffic flow, and plenty of good drivers around him to keep him going. But we know the condition of the middle section of Smithy's brain. He's still a long way from home, and it only needs something unexpected. But of course, accidents are things you read about. They only happen to other people. Smith is over the worst of the drive and on the last lap. Not far to go now, maybe he'll get there after all. He's made it often enough before after drinking. And still, his years of experience are serving him well. He's too old a hand to fall for passing near the brow of a hill or on a corner. He knows enough not to cut in. Well, it looks like he's made it. He's nearly home now. A clear road ahead with only one car in front. Might as well risk passing. He can handle the simple matter of overtaking another car, even after drinking. Or can he, when the unexpected happens? The first little accident with the glass, the second little accident with the hat, were essentially linked with the third big accident, the last in the life of Bill Smith.